Roving Nomads here, showing you life on the road. Today we are at Silver Springs and we're going to do what? A glass bottom boat and some kayaking.
Yep, going down the river, but first the glass bottom boat tour.
That crack or that ledge you're seeing all the way down there at the bottom, that's what's called the vent to the spring, and that's what the opening where all the water comes out at. I'll be explaining that a little better throughout our trip. Back in the 1950s, there was a stunt diver that worked here for Silver Springs. His name was Rico Browning, and Rico got hired to play the part of the creature. He was hired for a couple different reasons. One of those reasons is that he could hold his breath up for 4 minutes. So they didn't want any bubbles in the seas from scuba diving equipment, so Rico, alright, that one bombed. That's okay though, because you know what, they require us to tell 3 bad jokes per tour, so just stand by because they get worse as we go. That's pretty eerie down there, huh? 35 feet, one there. Who else was swim down there? No swimmers on the boat? What if your wallet fell down there? Time. Haven't been able to get to it, but it's recently did not come uncovered, so I can tell you the whole story. Back in the 1950s, there was a plane flying over Silver Springs. From up above, they noticed that this spring was in the perfect shape of a heart, so they named it the Spring of Life. Now it's been 70 years since they named the spring, and there has been some erosion, but you can see that heart shape still. And if you look down towards the bottom of this heart, you can see another spring here. It's got a bunch of shell, sand, and limestone boiling around down there. It's all been trapped underground for thousands of years. It's being brought to the surface by the flow of the water, creating that snow globe effect.
That's cool.
Which is a very good visual indicator of what's happening here at these springs, because we classified all these springs, we classify them on what's called the magnitude scale. Magnitude 1 through 8, 1 being the largest, 8 being the smallest, and we classify them not for their size, but for the volume of water they produce every day. To be classified as a magnitude 1 spring, the largest of them all, that spring is going to need to produce in excess of 65 million gallons every 20 on rowboats, and it was placed down there purposely sometime around 1940 or so, just to add some character to the spring. Now, there's a couple different spring openings in here. I'll point out one of the bigger ones because it's easy to overlook. If you look right over here, you're going to see this dark hole, and you can see all the grass moving around from all that water that's rushing out of it. That's what's called a vertical vent. If you notice how the bottom's glimmering like that, that's the shell of the limestone that I was describing before, and that's how the Silver River got its name, is when the Europeans first got here. They saw that bottom glimmering like that, and they thought it was silver. That's pretty spectacular, right? It's 50 feet deep here. This is the deepest part of the river. The spring opening will be underneath of us, so I'll spin this boat around to make sure everybody can see it. Spring opening is 65 feet wide, 6 foot tall in the center, and it produces between 3 and 500 million gallons of water every day. That does make it a magnitude 1 spring. That also makes it one of the largest natural springs on the entire planet. So just to give you guys an idea how much water is coming out of this spring, this all might look like the same water as when we left the dock earlier, when in fact this entire river basin has already refilled itself since we left. Every 24 minutes, this river basin fills up, which would fill all of the swimming pool in just 45 seconds. And you guys remember when I pulled this boat out of gear and had you take mental note on all that water rushing down the river? Well, if you take a good look around us, you'll see that this river doesn't go any farther. So all that water you saw going down the river throughout our trip, it's all coming out of these springs I showed you today, mainly this one. That's the long-nosed gar is what you're seeing down there. Long-nosed gar. While you're looking down there, you might see some fish, you might see a turtle, you might see a cell phone, you might see some sunglasses. Interesting things that made their way down there over the years, but we do got divers that swim down this river periodically to keep everything looking pristine for us. What do y'all folks think? How's that river looking to you today?
Beautiful.
Looking beautiful. We're very proud of it.
Okay, this one's
ABC owned this park for many years, American Broadcast Company, and during those years they did a lot of filming here. One of the things they filmed was a show called I Spy. That was late 60s, early 70s. They had Robert Culpany and Bill Cosby. One of the episodes of I Spy, they thought they found the lost city of Atlantis. They filmed that right over here and left a couple movie props down here for me to show everybody that we can't leave out. They've become pretty iconic here at Silver Springs. Coming into view, it's going to be 3 statues, and those statues, they represent Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades. later using some James Bond movies. Those statues are at 30 feet of water. They stand 7 feet tall, and they will be down there for a very long time because they're made out of an ancient building material that's called fiberglass. Everybody see those statues down there? Would anybody like to get a closer look? A couple ways you can do that. Yeah, one of those ways you're going to get wet. And probably get a complimentary escort out of the park, but hey, you only live once, right? Another way is originally there was 12 of those down there. Whenever ABC started pulling out of the park, they started removing them. Well, the locals said leave down. Everybody this morning.